Welcome back to another episode of Carson's Aquatics. Today, we are going to be getting some fish for our Halloween themed aquarium. But before we get into that, we're going to head down to the fish room because there's a few animals that I've finally chosen a name for. Here we are in the fish room, and in my last video, I asked you guys to drop some names for my little baby African clawed frog. And the name I chose is Frankie. I'll have the comment right here that said Frankie. I just like that name the most. It kind of goes with Freddy, one of my other African clawed frogs. So that's what we're going with. Frankie the frog, there he is. And I'll most likely be moving him to a new tank sometime soon. But the other animal I finally chose a name for is right here. Our albino red-eared slider. There he is basking. And there he goes. And the name I chose for him is Midas. He's named after King Midas, who in Greek mythology, everything he touched turned to gold. And this turtle is yellow, or gold. And that's the first name I've thought of for him that just like clicks with me. And no one actually commented Midas, but I'll put the comment right here. That kind of made me think gold. I think he said like I should name it Golden. That just kind of got me thinking, and it eventually made me decide on the name Midas. There he is down there. You can see him through the plants. Everything else in the fish room is doing just great. My last video was an update on literally everything. So if you haven't seen that, feel free to check it out. But now we're gonna head back upstairs and get on with the rest of the video. And here we are back upstairs at our Halloween themed 10-gallon aquarium. It's still looking great, but you guys probably can't tell on camera. It is just a bit foggy, like just barely. And that's probably because of these two non-aquarium decorations. In case you missed the video where I set this tank up, that pirate and that tree are actually Christmas decorations, like what you would hang on a Christmas tree. But I thought they would look cool in an aquarium, which they do. So I put them in here, but those are not meant to stay underwater. And for that reason, before I go buy any fish for this tank, I'm literally going to completely tear the tank down, get all the decorations out, drain all the water, then I'm gonna clean everything, the decorations, the gravel, and then I'll just put everything back in, except for those two Christmas ornaments. That's just to make sure everything's fine and safe for fish. And with that being said, let's start taking this tank down. So now I'm gonna take this tank into the kitchen and rinse out this gravel a few times, and I'll also wipe down the inside of the glass, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, the gravel has been rinsed and the inside of the glass has been wiped down. This tank will be completely safe for fish now once we get it all set up. And before I start putting the decorations back in, I'm just gonna fill it up with water. Alrighty guys, I just went ahead and rinsed down the filter and the filter pad. So we're just gonna jam this right down into the filter, just like that, and then we're gonna fold it over. And I've got a rock from my 75-gallon that I'm gonna put right there to hold the filter pad down. And there we go. Now we're gonna put that right in here, and I'll turn it on in just a sec. Now I'm gonna take all these decorations that we're gonna be using and rinse these down, and then we can put them in the tank. Alrighty guys, all of our decorations have been rinsed, so let's start putting them in the tank. And we're gonna go with pretty much the same scape, not including the little pirate and tree decorations. So we'll put the big pumpkin right over here, the small pumpkin right over here. And I think this tall orange plant was over there at first, but we're actually gonna put that in front of the filter to try and hide it a little bit. We'll put this purple plant back here, put the tombstone right here, and we'll put the other purple plant right here. And then perfect, we can just put this green plant right back here. And there it is. We're gonna plug in the filter. There it goes. Now let's just get the lid and light on there. Turning the light on in 3, 2, 1. Boom, there it is. Looks the same as before, but a bit cleaner. And now it's safe for fish. Well, it's almost safe for fish. We still gotta add in our water conditioner and our bacteria starter. Now this tank is ready for fish. And I guess I'll just tell you guys now, well, you've actually already seen it in the title and thumbnail, but we are getting glowfish for this tank. I did my research on glowfish, and they are not injected with dye. Obviously, their glowing colors aren't natural. It just says they're genetically modified, which is obvious, but they are not injected, and that's what I was worried about. So I have no problem with glowfish. So let's head to the store and pick some out. Alrighty guys, just got done inside of the pet store, and as you saw, we went with 4 of these glow tetras. They had these, they had glow barbs, they had like glow rainbow sharks, and glow danios. I went with the tetras because they're the most peaceful type that they had. I think the rainbow sharks, the danios, and the barbs are all like semi-aggressive. I had a danio in the past and it was a major fin nipper. So we went with these tetras. Crazy colors on these guys, and I cannot wait to see them in their tank with the blue light on it. So with that being said, let's head home and get these guys set up. Alrighty guys, and here we are back home. The Halloween tank is looking beautiful, and I just cannot wait to see our glowfish in this tank, so we're gonna let them start acclimating. Oh yeah, that is gonna be awesome. I think 4 of them them is gonna be the perfect amount. This is only a 10-gallon tank, so we didn't wanna overdo it. And yeah, we got one of every color they had, pink, yellow, orange, and blue. So we're gonna give those guys like 15 to 20 minutes to acclimate, and they'll be going in their new tank.
A few moments later.
Alrighty guys, so it has been about 25 minutes, so we are gonna go ahead and get our new glow tetras into their Halloween tank. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And now, into their new tank. There it is. That is awesome. Oh, look at them go. They're all staying together. Now let's see how they look with the blue light. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that is so cool. Look, they're glowing. The green, orange, pink. Oh my gosh. That is so cool. And this probably isn't even their full colors. They're probably still a bit stressed just from being in a new tank. So we're gonna give these guys a little while to get comfortable in this tank. We'll check in on them later, see if their colors got any brighter, and we'll probably do that tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Alrighty guys, so it's now the next day. It's actually the next night. It's been a bit over 24 hours, probably like 26 hours. So let's go ahead and check in on our new glowfish. There they all are, just chilling. Definitely more comfortable in this tank, and just look at how beautiful this tank is looking. Absolutely crystal clear. The colors of all the plants and the pumpkins are popping right now. And this is just the white light, but we're gonna go ahead and put on the blue light right now. And there it is, you can see them glowing just a bit more. This isn't a super strong blue light, but it still does make them glow a little bit. Super, super cool. And we are gonna go ahead and feed these guys right now. Gonna turn the white light back on for that. I did try feeding them last night, and I did see the orange fish eat some. So hopefully they're at the point where all of them will eat something tonight. Looks like the blue one is looking a little bit curious. Yep, there he goes. Yellow one, boom. And pink one. There it is, they are all munching now. And just look at these fish. I know these aren't their natural colors, but those are just super cool looking. And I'd like to take this opportunity to just kind of share my opinion on glowfish. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't really have a problem with them. Obviously, they aren't naturally colored. From what I read online, I believe that when the first glowfish were made, they actually took like something from the DNA of a glowing jellyfish and put that in the DNA of the glowfish or something like that. I'm not completely sure. So these fish that I have right here were not physically harmed. They weren't injected at all, which makes me okay with it for the most part. I honestly see it as the same thing as genetically modifying your dog not to shed. So that's just my point of view on it. Obviously you can have your own opinions on them. And I think the greatest thing about glowfish is that they're gonna get younger kids into the hobby, because whenever a kid walks into a pet store with his parents and he sees these glowing fish, he's gonna be more attracted to those. And that could be like an entryway to get into the fish keeping hobby, which in the end is good for all of us. So that's just how I feel about it. Feel free to leave your opinions down in the comments. That is gonna wrap up this video, and today's comment of the day goes out to the turtle guy. OMG, that's one of the best fish rooms. It looks amazing, my dude. Thank you, turtle guy. I really appreciate that. And if you want your comment to be the comment of the day in the next video, all you gotta do is drop a comment down below, and that could happen. And if you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. I just stubbed my toe on the friggin' tripod.